The class consisted of 2 male and 2 female students. The main learning outcome of the teaching exercise was for students to be able to explain the term and concept of local content development in their own words. Although this is a common term within the business and management environment, it is more common among practitioners and just a few academics. Growing concerns about globalization, which of our reason lately suggests that students should acquire knowledge of local content development. Hence, it is now apparent to teach it as part of a module in the business and management department. The teacher employed the birthday experiential learning cycles, underpinned by Kolbs' theories of experiential learning, which primarily explains teaching within 3 main cycles. The first 2 cycles applied more to the teacher, while the third applied to the students. The teacher employed the use of visual images to demonstrate the concept. This is in line with Stoke, who argues that visual images help to generate images for communicating ideas and concepts. In addition, Hibben and Rankin-Henriksen suggest the use of visual images for teaching and learning when introducing unfamiliar subjects, thus improving comprehension. This is a summary of the explanation. Consider the inhabitants of a developing country who are primitive in their lifestyle with a very low level of technology. Several surveys reveal that this country is blessed with an abundance of gold deposits, but they continue to languish in poverty because they lack the manpower and resources to harness what belongs to them. Eventually, there seems to be some silver lining across the dark cloud. A team of experts from a highly technological developed country came to negotiate a gold mining deal with them, and without any due consultation or consideration, they sealed the deal. In no distant time, the experts come with their equipment, and guess what? They found gold. They are so overwhelmed by this resource, and they begin to repatriate gold to their country and breaching the initial agreements of sharing equally. The inhabitants of this country now feel very cheated, and they cry foul. Hence, they demand to go back to the negotiation table and stating their claims. You must train our nationals to mine gold. You must ensure that you employ them. You must ensure that contracts which can be executed by our citizens are not done abroad. Having completed the story, the learners now need to demonstrate their comprehension of local content development. The idea was for the learners to have an experience of local content development, and having had this, reflect on the story that was told. In order to test their learning experience, the teacher put up a class activity. Working together in peers, define local content development in your own terms. The students were allowed to discuss in pairs for about 5 minutes, and the 2 groups came up with the following definitions. Group 1. Local content development can be defined as a way by which citizens of a country are considered adequately as stakeholders of their natural resource and are employed within the sector, as well as servicing contracts that accrue from the activities carried out in that sector. Group 2. Local content means indigenous participation in mining and exploration, manufacturing goods, and providing services within the sector where a nation generates their income from. It can also be explained as the development of local citizens to function in relevant sectors in a country. Having subjected the learners to this class activity, the teacher put up a literature definition of local content development. This definition exhibited so much similarity with the learner's definition, and the teacher commended the learners for a job well done. At the end of the class, the teacher asked the learners for some feedback, and here they are, presented as follows. I don't think I will ever forget the concept of local content development because of the visual illustration. Initially, I was not really clear of what the illustration about gold was, but I later found it helpful in explaining the concept of local content. I'm glad you allowed us to work in pairs as I suggested, rather than individually as initially stated. This helped us to put up good definitions and explanation of local content development. The teacher realized that engaging in class activities is of good benefit to learners because it fosters interaction between the students, which helps the entire learning process.